These are the absolute best settings in Black Ops 6, so if these do help you out, do me a favor and like this video and comment down below so others know this actually works. So for Season 1, some things change, but we're going to start out with controller. This is what I use. Now, if you guys don't want to use this, completely fine. I use stick and move flipped, and then I turn my L2 into circle, so guys don't have to buy a scuff controller or anything like that. You'll basically be sliding with L2 and throwing stuns and nades with circle. I put my horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity of 5.5. What I've noticed is you don't need a very high sensitivity in this game. In fact, lower sensitivity gives you more accuracy. So if you're missing more of your shots, the best thing to do is lower your sensitivity. These don't need to be touched. Make sure these stay off. Make sure you swap L1 and R1 with L2 and R2. Otherwise, stick and move flip with my layout will not work. If you're on PS5, you can go into your own settings with settings, and then you can go accessibility, controller, custom assign, and then put the L2 to circle. But if you're not on PS5, then it doesn't matter. You can literally just change it in here. Next, what you're going to do is make sure you turn off controller vibration. Just no ifs, ands, or buts. Make sure you turn off trigger effect. These are all hurting you. Now, for dead zone inputs, what you're going to do is you're going to put left stick max to 75, right stick min to 2, and then right stick max to 99. Everything else does not need to be touched. Make sure you guys save these. These are really important to have on there. Left stick min, 0, all that good stuff. Make sure you have this on there. Stick drift is a little bit different. If you have stick drift, then you probably have to raise some of these, but just this is the general consensus to have as smooth as possible and fast gameplay. But we're going to switch over to aiming. Sensitivity multiplier. The only thing I change is ADS sensitivity multiplier to 0.90. Now in Warzone, I might even shift this to like 0.85. Depends on where you feel with it. But between 0.90 and 0.85, this will give you stickier aim assist. Unfortunately, keyboard and mouse players, this will not help you. But for everybody else, for controller players, this is what's going to help you. Between 90 and 0.85. Aiming advanced settings is the big one. I play on linear. Linear is the absolute best. Now, despite what other people say about dynamic, I'm telling you right now that linear is 1-for-1 with your aim stick. So when you're aiming, however you're aiming, this is going to give you the smoothest experience. Whereas dynamic slows down, speeds up and slows down, linear is 1-for-1. This is what pros use. This is what the best players use. So if you're not using linear, then you're going to be at a disadvantage. Now, if you are more so a beginner, make sure you are using standard or dynamic because that will suit you a little bit more. More so standard until you can get a little bit better for dynamic and then move on to linear. Everything else does not need to be touched. Next, target aim assist. Make sure you have that on. Don't listen to any loser that tells you to turn it off. They just want to be better than you. And honestly, it's just stupid. Movement. I know this is something you guys have been waiting for. Sprint assist. Make sure you have that on. Sprint assist delay. Make sure you have that to 0. Sprint assist sideways. On. Backward on. Mantle assist off. Make sure this is off. Okay? You guys don't need this on. Make sure you have it off. Crouch assist off. You don't need this on. Corner slice, make sure you have that on. It's pretty nice. I have it to slide only. Most people are using hybrid. This is my personal preference. Now, if you want to use hybrid, completely cool. Some people like to dive. I don't care to dive. I've noticed that, everyone that dives against me mostly dives. So I've noticed that slide is really just better. So if you want to use it, completely fine. If you want to use hybrid, cool too. Automatic airborne mantle, I have that on. If you want to have that off, cool, completely fine. Sprint restore, I have that on. Slide and maintain sprint on. Parachute automatic behavior. This is off so that I can get as close as possible to the ground and then parachute. Otherwise, you're just going to be parachuting in very awkward situations. Enemies are going to kill you. Mantle cancels reload. I guess. Movement advanced settings. These are the things you want to have on. Trust me, everything that you see, you want to have on. Single tap runs. This is basically going to be used, tack sprinting at all times. Plunging underwater, make sure you have this free. Sprinting door bash, make sure you have this on. If this isn't on for whatever reason, that's terrible. Trust me, you want to have that on. Vehicle behavior, that doesn't really matter. I don't really touch that. Combat, aim down sight, hold, ADS melee, dedicated, blah, 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 prioritize finishing move. Apply all for armor plate behavior. So you can just keep running while this is plating. This is very optimal. You don't want to plate one at a time. Just apply all. C4 detonation, whatever, who cares. Equipment behavior, hold. Manual fire, I guess press. Combat, advanced settings. Anybody that needs these settings, these are all the settings I have on here. I don't think that I touched them, but just in the event that I did, these are all the ones that you want to have on. So if you don't have this, make sure you put this on. Next is overlay advanced settings. This is what I have. If you want it, who cares? I don't really think I really touched that either. But we're going to move on to graphics now. I play on PS5, so 120 hertz refresh rate. You'll only have this if you have a 120 hertz monitor. If you don't, then you cannot use this. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Gamma brightness, I just left it at 50. Call of Duty did a great job keeping it at 50. Eco mode does not really matter. I mean, you can have it on whatever you want to. Quality, make sure you have world motion blur off, weapon motion blur off, depth of field off. These are all putting you at a disadvantage. Trust me. Fidelity CIS I have on at 45. This is why my game looks so good. On-demand texture streaming, I have that optimized. I mean, it doesn't really matter either, but I have it at optimized. Motion reduction preset, I mean, I have that off. I just want to do everything myself. I have field of view at 120, but I like having it at 115 too. So either way is completely fine. Affected, wide, third-person field of view, I have that at 90. Vehicle field of view default. First person camera, least. These need to be at least so that when you are in gunfights and you're jumping and doing all that stuff, your camera is not shaking like crazy. If I could have this at 0% somehow, trust me, I would. I'm pretty sure PC players probably know a way to set this to 0. So if you're a PC player, find the way, man. As long as it doesn't get you banned. Third person ADS, I just didn't touch that. Inverted flashbang, I see no purpose in it, so I just keep that off. Next, we're going to go with the audio. This is a beautiful one right here. Master game audio, I set it to 90. I know this sounds counterproductive, but trust me, hear me out on this. Set it to 90. Next, gameplay music 0, dialogue 50, effects 100, cinematic 0. That way you can actually hear the best. I know it sounds crazy setting 90 to hear the best, but I mean, it really just does help. If you want to set it to 100, completely fine. Enhanced headphone mode. I tried this out. This is garbage. This is so garbage. Like, it is just meant to put you at a disadvantage. I heard less with enhanced headphone mode than I would think. Like, I heard less than just regular. So make sure you have this off. Don't ever turn this on. If you have this on, turn this off right now. Audio mix, Sucker Punch. This is the best audio mix. Believe me, it is built different. Now, if you want to use Treyarch mix, that's cool. You know, you can use that. Completely fine. Sucker Punch, I hear absolutely everything. Now, if somebody finds something better for me, let me know, please. Like, if any of these are better, let me know in the comment section down below. But Sucker Punch has been the absolute best for me. So, mono audio, make sure you have that off. Mute licensed music if you're streaming. Asymmetrical hearing compensation. I mean, if you need that, cool. Configure frequency intensity. I did not do that. Pretty sure I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't do that. Reduce tinnitus down. I have that off. If you have tinnitus, then I mean, you can turn that on. Hit marker preset, I have it at default. If you want classic or none, then be my guest. I don't recommend that. Next is the interface. Interface, I mean, these are all regular things that if you want to look like you're playing on PC, if you're on PS5, then you can turn that on. You can turn the packet loss on, server latency. These are kind of like the basics. If you want gameplay tips on, cool. Tutorials, off. Skip kill cam, off. You kind of want to see your kill cam, trust me. You don't want to skip the kill cams because there's some cheaters out there. Believe me, there are some cheaters out there. So don't skip the kill cam. Menu prompts, I guess automatic. These are all like kind of personal preference, readability, and all that good stuff. This is all the stuff that you just, I mean, if you want to copy these down, cool, but I don't think they really matter that much. The only thing that I will say matters is the minimap shape. This matters. Minimap shape, square, so you can see more of your minimap. Minimap rotation, I have it on, but I think that you could have it off and it won't matter. Radar, I honestly don't even remember why I have this off, but I feel like I have it off for a reason, so off. If you're playing multiplayer, put on Ninja, Tracker, Cold-Blooded. You'll give you recon so that you can have high alert and have scavenger so you can replenish your ammo. If you're playing Warzone, make sure you have Dexterity, Sprinter, and Tempered. Dexterity, reduce weapon motion when jumping, sliding, diving, unless you want to use, there's no alternative for this one. Sprinter, so you can have permanent tack sprint, or Tracker, or quick fix. These are the only optimal choices. And then Tempered. Tempered is absolutely amazing, so you don't have to play twice. I've noticed that alertness isn't really helping me that much, so I don't know if it's a glitch or something. It's just not helping that much. If you want to use this or Gung Ho, completely your choice.